Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So Kabam seemingly actually made a whoopsie. So this is kind of funny. I did hear one of the Kabam employees calling this a typo, which, you know, definitionally it isn't. But for one way or one reason or another, SAGA control node is gone. So we will be actually able to use other defenders for week 3 to 4. They kind of, my guess is that they wanted to use that node and everybody hated it and everybody's not playing Battlegrounds, so they decided not to use it, but nobody told it to whoever wrote the announcement, because now this text reads entirely differently. So let's read it out and then, you know, discuss the changes. We're excited to kick off Battleground Season 39. We heard your feedback about the back-to-back experimental and changes in recent seasons, and I understand that so many major shifts in the row can feel exhausting. Now, here's the thing also, like, that is absolutely the wrong thing to understand. It's not that they feel exhausting, it's that the tests and experimental changes and ideas were shit. There's no other way to put it. Kabam could experiment back to back if actually some of those ideas were good. But every single one of those ideas just basically was garbage. Maybe outside of 40 and 5, which was kind of like a split in community. Some people liked it, some people hated it. Fair enough. That we would call it as a reasonable test thing. The SAGA only defenders, that's a shit idea. Attacker health not mattering, that's even dumber idea. So, again, they are just, you know, either they are saying completely the wrong thing or they're understanding the completely wrong thing. It's not that they did it back to back. It's that what they did is shit. But okay, while we still plan to explore new ideas and shake up the meta, we'll be spacing out those moving forward. This season will return to regular format with no experimental change. Well, that's not what they said as before, but fine. So rest of the information is basically the same. And that, however, means that we need to look at this meta for what it is going to be. After the final hit defender special attack, of the defender special attack, they passively auto-block all attacks for 2 seconds, which basically means you can't punish opponent's special attacks unless you're unblockable or have some ability to, you know, undermine or true strike or something like that, true accuracy. But that combined with Rich Get Richer and Arc Overload, and potentially this buff as well, that they could get up to 3 buffs from the nodes alone, kind of sounds quite rough. Because if opponents constantly gaining power and drop a special attack and you can't dash in to punish, it could potentially be a very frustrating situation in some of the matchups if you're losing Rich Get Richer race, which again in most instances I guess you would be unless you're using like a mystic character with buffs on their own, or, you know, cosmics with a ton of buffs. So this again feels like lose more and win more situation, as in if you have a good matchup you're gonna be doing the fights quicker, because for instance for mystics, opponents getting powers, you have stuff to nullify, and then you're going to be gaining extra power if you gain some of the buffs yourself or have them in a kit. So mystics could potentially go absolutely insane, as well as could some of the cosmics. And then on the flip side, if you do have a fairly rough matchup, you're just going to get buried because the opponent's going to gain power, spam specials, you can't punish them because the auto block's active, and then they're gonna activate another special attack, and it's gonna kind of rinse and repeat and get you cornered and get you killed. So this meta all of a sudden does kind of become significantly more interesting, not to mention the fact that Arc Overload itself with 25% max health healing is gonna be kind of rough, man. So I all of a sudden this meta kind of seems interesting to me, and I actually somewhat look forward to testing it. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of interested now. Like, look at that, it's like one node down, and it's completely different outlook on this. So it's gonna be interesting to see, obviously, what works, what doesn't. As I said before, I think a lot of Mystic champions here are gonna do great because we're gonna have opportunities for a ton of power gain, because if opponent continuously gets those buffs, then all the nullifying mystics will gain a lot of extra power, or even if you don't nullify them, just expiring is going to be still helping you as well. So, you know, I do think, you know, Jugs could absolutely be a nuke. I think Kushala will get a lot of stuff to nullify. She could potentially work exceptionally well. I think Nico obviously is going to be supercharged with her buff immunity. I think Shatra, because we're going to make sure that all of those buffs expire quickly, it's also going to be quite nice. Why not? I think Hood is kind of going to be supercharged. Tiger is going to do well. So very much so look forward to seeing what happens in this meta. Then on top of it, obviously, outside of Mystics, we're going to have to look at the Cosmics, which will just about always be winning the buff battle. So Galen's going to be more powerful, as he's going to be gaining power generally almost all the time. Besides Galen, I think Hulkling is going to be quite crazy because he can get quite a few buffs going for him at all times. Besides Hulkling, Carolina should probably do quite well. And then obviously Serpent, Thanos are going to be even more dangerous in attack. And we might see a few other Cosmic Champions shine there, maybe. You do want to have the ability, I guess, to deal with quite a few regeneration, which kind of means you want a lot of debuffs and Despair Mastery. But on the flip side, it will also mean that champions whose regeneration rate cannot be modified also could pose a significant threat here. Like, you know, Solva could potentially get quite nasty, because you can't really get rid of his regen. You need like a heal block to completely stop that. And obviously weapon axes and what have you. So, yeah, now all of a sudden now I actually do need to sit down and kind of like plan for this meta, because, well, the first big thing is that I'm actually interested in playing it. I don't know what else to say. Kabam does the darnest things, no? I still can't believe they called it a typo, though. That was an entirely different announcement and different, like, you know, forward for the post. And overview, that's not a typo. That's just a flat-out bad mistake again. How do these keep happening so often? I really don't get it. We should have a Kabam live stream tomorrow, so that's going to be in for a big one, for sure. Let me know what you guys think about that. But that'll do for this video, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all been